Let's go ahead and jump in to what we had planned for you guys. So this week we were gonna jump straight into hooks, but we might spend a little bit more time kind of going over some round kick mechanics as well. But we didn't want to bore you guys too much and do round kicks 2 weeks in a row. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit, and I'm gonna jump into some hooks. So how do you learn how to do hook kicks? Step one: learn how to throw your training partners. It's a little counterintuitive, but there's a judo throw that has a lot of mechanics that really relate to the way that we throw hook kicks. So I'm going to show you guys that first. So what it looks like is, imagine that you're grabbing your training partner by their collar right here, and you're going to step in sideways, step behind, and then you're going to pull them and kick your heel forward, backward. So the idea is, remember what we did last week? Turning over into this T-pose. It's exactly the same thing, except when I turn over to T-pose, I can be pretty loose because I'm not supporting my training partner. If I'm holding my training partner, I'm actually trying to pick them up. I'm going to connect my body a lot differently. So that's kind of the feeling we want for this one. So how do we build that? Let's start facing that way, and all we're going to do is put our hands up like we're grabbing someone's jacket. We're going to lean all of our weight onto our left foot, and then we're going to make a solid line from our foot to our head and bend over and kick behind. So you're really engaging your glute, you're really engaging all your back muscles, and you're engaging your hamstring a little bit to make your foot strong. Nice from here. Just do a couple of those. It's like you're pulling with your hands and pushing with your hip and your leg. So there's one other part to this motion that I want to make you guys aware of. If I face you, so my partner's behind me and I'm throwing them, I don't just go straight forward. If I go straight forward, they can just kind of jump around me. So I need to actually twist a little bit too. So I'm going from here to here. Now that should start to look really familiar. Remember, shoulders twisting makes your leg stronger. Nice, guys. All right, try the other side as well. So grab your partner, pull them over your shoulder, and twist. Very good. So that's just an intro to that. It's a lot more fun. We can actually throw each other. But imagining that weight helps you make your leg as strong as we want it to be for the rest of these drills. So keep that feeling in mind. And we're going to go ahead and move on. So now we're going to focus on our standing heel. So let's start out in a chamber like we're going to do a round kick. And all we're going to do is pivot our heel to face in the direction we're kicking. So I want you guys to be super familiar with that motion. So if I'm facing you guys, I'm going to chamber. Make sure you get your leg up, nice and flat, horizontal, as high as your belt if possible. And then hands up where you want them, and pivot your heel forward. And then you can step down, reset. Chamber, heel forward, balance, reset. Chamber, heel, down, chamber, heel, down, chamber, heel, down, chamber, heel, down. Two more on that side, chamber, heel, down, chamber, heel, and down. Good job. Switch feet. Try the other side. So guard up, chamber, spin your heel forward, step down, chamber, heel, step, chamber, heel, step, chamber, heel, step. Nice job, everyone. Two more. chamber, heel, step. And last one, chamber, heel, step. Very good. So that one's just a calibration drill, mostly focused on balance and to get you guys familiar with that motion of twisting your standing leg. That's not really a thing that we ever do in context, I don't think. So let's add the next step and make it make sense in context. So now we're going to, instead of being in that chamber position, we're going to have our leg about halfway up. I guess I'll turn sideways. Have our leg about halfway up and not straight on center line. So I don't want to lift up here. I want to lift up a little bit forward. So this might be how we would set up for some types of hook kicks. And now we're going to kind of do that same throw that we did, except with our leg out at a 45-degree angle. So my leg is out, grabbing my partner here, twisting my heel, and that's going to help me send my leg back. So your standing leg twists heel forward, just like we did. Your lifted leg drives back. So if I lift up and I'm a little bit forward of center line, grab my partner, twist my heel, and end with my leg a little bit behind center line. Try a few of those. So we're using a counterbalance of our shoulders to twist in the opposite direction. We're twisting our hips and our legs. Up, twist, up, twist. Try a few on the other side as well. So try to keep your knee pretty straight for this one for now. We'll get fancy and start bending it in a minute. So if we're leaving our knee straight, what muscle are we focusing on? What muscle makes our leg move backwards? And it's my favorite one, it's your glute. So when you bend your leg, you're getting your hamstring involved too, which is just fine. But isolating a leg straight makes you focus on that glute. All right, so we did a chamber, we did a half lift. Now let's try putting that into context even a little bit more. So let's do it with a fast kick footwork. So fast kick is when you do a slide into a chamber. So now we're going to slide into that lift and do the same exact kick. So you're gonna slide, let your legs slip forward a little bit, and then torque your glute back and your shoulder forward. So this is gonna feel like a really low, really weird sideways back kick.
So just at the end of the slide, your foot is supposed to be at a 45-degree angle in front?
Yes.
Okay.
Take a look, see how you're doing. Interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing pretty much everyone bending their knee a whole lot. So we are not doing a hook kick yet. Your knee should not be bending. So I think this is part of the issue with some of the movements that we struggle with is that our glutes aren't strong enough. And we can't push our hips forward. So one way that you compensate for that is by bending your knee a lot. So let's make sure that we're keeping that leg super straight and using your glute and the torque. Yeah, that's better. Nice. Very good, Peggy. Good adjustment. Better, Ramir. So our theme for this whole module is connectivity, and this is exactly the kind of thing that we're trying to work out. So if we don't even have an awareness of when our leg is straight and when our leg is not straight, we're going to have a really hard time getting some of these kicks dialed in. So let's double back and go back to the second one where we're just lifting. So really feel that leg locked out and straight. Notice my toe is pointed. I'm extending all of my muscles to make my leg kind of solid. It's not going anywhere. It's one baseball bat. So then when I torque, that forces me to engage my glute. That's the only thing that can act because I can't bend my knee because I've locked my knee out. So that's really the part of the motion that I'm trying to get you guys to get. So let's try that again. So pick your leg up straight, lock it out, and think about this like instructor Alex's point drills, right? We struggle a lot with Alex says point your leg and we go like this. That's not fully extended, right? I'm not pointing my toe and I'm not, see the difference? There versus there. You really want to lock those muscles out because that's kind of where you want your leg at impact when you're hitting your friend with a chest guard on. It doesn't really matter when you kick a paddle. You can be loose and floppy and it's fine. But when you put force on something that's going to resist it, you want your leg to be connected and strong. So let's try a few more of those. Leg out straight, point your toe, drive your knee straight, grab your partner over your shoulder, pull them and twist back. There we go. We've got it there. So you can do that motion just fine. So keep that in mind. Do about 5 on each side. And switch. So if you do it right, after just doing 5, my glute feels a little bit sore. Just from holding it up for that long. All right, so keep that straight leg, strong glute feeling, and try to jump back into the fast footwork. So a little slide in, and then the same exact motion. Slide in, hip strong, leg strong, knee straight. That's much better, everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can apply any of that stuff to an actual round kick. So go ahead and just do some actual round kicks. Do about 10 or 20 on each side. And see if you can relate any of those mechanics back to the motion you already had built up for a round kick. I'll do a couple to demo. You guys can go ahead and keep going. All right, take a look and see how you guys are doing. All right, looks pretty good. So now let's try adding in one more little part. It seemed like most of you are doing front leg hook kicks, and that is good. That's where you should be. Maybe a couple people might have been doing back legs, but let's try back legs now. So what changes when I want to do a hook with my back leg? Seems like a lot of stuff changes, but pretty much nothing changes. So now instead of just picking this leg up a little bit in front of the center line, that is to the toe side of the center line, all I'm going to do is basically do a step first, except I'm not going to put my foot down. So I'm just going to swing this leg to where it would go if I were just picking it up from here. I'm swinging forward, and I'm going to let that momentum carry me into the standing leg pivot. So I'm in my stance, I swing, I pivot, and then I'm right back to where I started with trying to engage my glute and drive my leg back. So let's go ahead and try that a few times. I'll demo a couple times and then take a look. Swing and hook. swing, hook, swing, hook. Other side, swing, hook, swing, hook. All right, keep going. I'll take a look. Nice from here, looks good. All right, very good. So I'm going to try to explain one more little concept, and then I'll pass you guys off to Instructor Alex. So when you do a hook with your hands, it looks like this. I'm going to drive that way if I'm trying to hit you guys, my friend in front of me. I'm going to drive past, send my arm out, and then I'm actually going to pull my arm back in right before I make impact. So I'm going to go out and pull back in. So that's the same thing you do with your leg. You're swinging it out, and then you pull it back in. But you have to have something to pull against. So when I throw a hook, I'm moving my body past you, and that's what I'm pulling into. I'm pulling back into my momentum that I sent that way. So even if I'm trying to hit a target in front of me, I'm going to kind of do a run by and hit sideways. So when we kick, if I chamber and then try to hook like this, I don't have anything to pull against. If I pull on this really hard, it's going to pull me forward. So that's what this opposite shoulder is for. That's what that twisting motion is for. It gives this shoulder moving back, gives me some momentum for my leg to pull against. So if you try and watch, try to give you the right angle, try and watch this shoulder as I hook. It drives back. So my shoulder is here coming this way, boom, and my foot is coming the same way. So I'm taking my whole back and arching it and making a C shape. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand with this throwing motion, is that your left shoulder and your right foot are connected. And that twist is what gives you the power to put your whole body weight into this kick. Same thing on the other side. If I'm using my left foot, my right shoulder is going to drive back. You can think about it like an elbow, like you're hitting a pad back here with your elbow. Boom. So let's try that a few times. If you've got the feeling of the shoulder thing, that's great. If you don't, maybe imagine that there's a pad behind you that you're trying to hit with your elbow. So your leg comes up and you're going to hit a paddle in front and a paddle in back at the same time. Boom. Try that out a few times. Boom. Swing your leg up, elbow and hook kick, same time. Boom. Other side. Boom. So if you don't have a strong back and strong glutes and strong hamstrings, this is not going to work for you. It's going to feel different. So if that's the case, just try to get a feel for the twist. Think about it like our balance exercises. This is literally the same thing. All right, try a few more. I'll take a look. Try that elbow and hook at the same time. Very good job. All right, everyone. Chariot and Kunier.
All right, everybody. We are going to continue on with our class today. Thank you so much for coming in today. Let me quickly turn this into gallery mode so I may see all of your work. Okay, so again, we're focused on connectivity. Like I said all last week, we want to be mentally and physically fit. So these workouts and exercises really help work our glutes, our legs, and make sure that they are very good and strong to do all these techniques for either a certain amount of time, but also do them well. All right, so what we're gonna do now, so first, 2 weeks ago we did front kicks, doing these. Last week we were talking about shielding for that round kick, having that knee up there. That was the most important thing that we did last week. So we're gonna start by doing that and incorporating some quick little round kick motions. And then what we're gonna do, like we did 2 weeks ago with the front kick, we are now gonna incorporate that into our round kick motion. Later in the week, we're gonna go bringing that concept into doing hook kicks, but I feel like we need to first get the extensions down with doing it in a round kick motion, okay? So first things first, everybody get in a kicking stance, just like this. And we're gonna do about, since we're just warming back up to it for the first of the week, we're gonna do 10 shields, bringing your knee up. Again, the goal is having your knee sideways, like we're doing that round kick motion. So if you're in a kicking stance and you do a round kick, you pivot first, and then you kick. So what we're doing is we're staying our motion in that already pivoted motion where my leg is horizontal, meaning it's straight from left to right, all right? Vertical is like this, straight line. Horizontal is left to right, okay? So let us try to just bring up our knee, our front leg, when we're kicking stance, like a shield like that, okay? Let's do 10 together. Ready? And 1, bring it up, hold it, and down, good. Instead of letting your foot just fall down, see if you can control it, all right? Again, we were trying to establish control, so let's control it coming up and control it coming down, okay? Instead of letting gravity help us and just let it fall, all right? Let's try it again, and 2, and down, good. 3, and down. 4, and down. 5, good, and down. 6, and down. 7, and down. 8, and down. 9, and down. And 10. Nice, good horizontal form. Let's switch feet. Let's do it again. This is kind of like a nice little warm up. Ready? And 1, hold it up, and down. 2, and down. Good. 3, and down. 4, and down. Let's do only do this, no kicks. 5, good, and down. 6, and down. 7, and down. 8, and down. Good. 9, and down. And 10, and down. Nice job, everybody. Shake it out. All right, I want everyone to do a couple stretches first. So let's just have our legs out like this. We're going to lean down, touch our toes. Touch your toes or the middle. See if you can lay your palms flat on the ground if you can. Bend at the waist, so try not to hunch your back. Really try to drive your chest to the ground. Good. Now I want everyone to look up. Look up, good. So just tilt your head up like this. Again, my back is still straight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna now just alter our body and do this. We're gonna turn our body so we feel that stretch on our side. My back is still straight, and I'm still looking forward. All right, now let's go back to center. Let's try to not put our weight on our legs. Let's see if you can take your hands off of it and use your body core alone. So put your hands behind your back. All right, behind your back. Now let's go to the other side. We gotta let our body do some of the work. We can hold its handle as much as we can, but we want to try to establish some core strength. Good, go back to the middle. Now let's hang down. Feel that tension get out of your back a little bit. Good, now I want you to do little shoulder rolls. So roll your shoulders back just like this, like how we were doing at the beginning of class. But now we're doing it from that position, so hanging. Roll your shoulders back. Good, now while you're hanging here, I want you to just bend your knees and sit down. You're still hanging, but I just want you to bend your knees. My hands are on the ground, but they're not supporting my weight at all. If I wanted to, I could cross them like this. All right, again, all I'm doing, if you look at me from a different angle, I'm hunching my back, and I'm bending and sitting down, almost like I'm sitting on something. All right? Good, let's come back up. Let's do the next part, okay? So, kicking stance, loud, key up. Now, we're doing that round kick motion like we did last week. We're turning and holding our leg there in that shield position, and then I'm gonna say down, okay? So we're gonna hold it, we have to hold it. So let's control that full rotation, hold it, and then down, okay? We're gonna do 10 together, let's do 10. Kicking stance, loud, key up. And 1. And down. Good. Step back. Same foot. 2. And down. Good. Step back. Again, we're using our back leg. We're not just picking up our front leg. Okay? 3. Turn. Hold. And down. Good. Try to not use any assists. See if your body can do the work. 4. Turn. Hold. And down. Good job, everybody. That stretching actually made my technique a little better. So that's the importance of stretching. 5. Good. Step back. And 6. Hold. Down. Step back. 7. Hold. Down. Step back. 8. Hold. Down, step back. 9, hold, down, step back. And 10, hold, and down, step back. Good. Switch feet, other side. Again, while you're doing this, I am still seeing some people wanting to have the naturally when you get tired, your body really wants to hunch because it's a lot easier and it takes some of the stress off of it. But make sure that you try to fight over time. Don't hunch too much. See if you can keep your body straight as much as you can because that helps your balance, okay? And Instructor Perry, please be careful on the water. I don't want to see you slip when we're pivoting. All right? Left foot. And 1. And down. Good. Step back. 2. Hold. Good. Down. Step back. 3. Hold, and down. Step back. Good. 4. Good. And down. Step back. 5. Hold, down. Step back. Good. 6. Hold, down. Step back. 7. Hold, down. Step back. 8. Hold. Down. Step back. 9. Hold. Down. Step back. And 10. Hold. Down. Step back. Nice job, everybody. Switch feet. All right, we're going to go on to the next part. Let me just see the clock to make sure I'm not going over time. Okay, so next part, we're doing the same drill that we did last week really quick. Where we turn, I'm going to say kick, we're going to bring it down, and then we're going to step back. So the same thing, we're just adding a kick into it now. After this, we are going to be doing what we did 2 weeks ago with the front kick and controlling that leg. So this time, we're not controlling it. We're just going to have our knee up, we're kicking, we're holding, we're going down, okay? Ready? Kicking stance out, key up, 10. Ready? And 1. Turn, hold. Kick, hold, and down. Good. Step back. That's 1. And go. 2. Hold, kick, hold, and down. Step back. Good. 3. Hold, kick, down, step back. Good. 4. Kick, down, step back. Good. 5. kick, hold, down, step back. Good. 6, kick, hold, down, step back. Good. 7, kick, down, step back. 8, kick, down, step back. 9, kick, down, step back. 10, let's challenge ourselves. Ready? 10, hold, kick, hold, and down. Nice job, everybody. Let's do the other side now. Left, I'm doing my left side now. If you did your left, do your right. Ready? And 1, kick, and down. Good. Again, remember with these round kicks, everyone look at me. I am pointing my toes when I kick. So you could kick, point with your toes, bring it back. If you want to pull your toes back here when you're doing the shield, that's fine. I like having my toes pointed out because it gives me a little bit more to block, but that is your preference. All right, 2, kick, and down. Step back. Good. Remember when we do this kick, 3, you kick, lean forward and land forward, okay? Try not to land back. Do the kick and land forward, all right? Step back. Let's do 4. Hold, kick, down, forward. Good. Now step back. Good. 5. Hold, kick, down, step back. Good. Again, we are landing forward when we do that kick. We kick, we land forward. Okay? 6. Hold, kick, and down. Step back. Good. 7. Hold, kick, down, step back. Nice job, everybody. 8. Hold, kick, down, and step back. Nice. 8. Kick, hold, down, step back. 9. Hold, kick, and down, step back. Good. And 10. Kick, down, step back. Awesome job, everybody. Again, give yourself a round of applause. These are supposed to be difficult. These drills are supposed to be difficult, and it's okay that they're difficult. If you're frustrated by doing these kicks, it's okay to be frustrated. It took me a lot of time to get better at this. Even when I was first starting this with doing the front kicks, I was struggling. I could not get my knee up for the life of me. I had to have it down here first to establish that strength, and then I built it up and I could go higher with it. All right? Those things take time, just like working out at the gym. You can't just go to the gym, work out for a week, and then say you're healthy and fit. You have to establish good habits and work on it every day, and then after 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, you start noticing differences every week, okay? So in Taekwondo, try to establish good habits, all right? Whether it be stretching, whether it be really focusing on technique, that's something that can help you with your overall learning of being a black belt, okay? So now what we're doing, we're gonna bring our foot around. We're not gonna bring it around. We're gonna first bring up our leg like we do shielding. We're gonna point our knee forward, and we're gonna extend it and point our toes, and then pull back, okay? So what I want you to do is if you have a chair, grab a chair or something to help you with balance at first. What I want you to try doing is if we do online classes, I want you to try it with a chair. If we're in the park, see if you can challenge yourself and do it with balance because we don't have access to chairs at a park. All right, we could bring them, but it would take a lot of time. So see if you can do one day where you need assistance and one day where you don't. So let's try like we did. The first drill of the day today was bringing up our leg for shield. So everyone bring up your leg like you're doing the shield. Now, if you can see yourself in your reflection, the window, or the TV screen, make sure your knee isn't all the way across. Make sure it is semi-straight. It's okay if it's not completely straight, but make sure it's just not doing this, okay? So see if you can open it up a little bit and still have that horizontal angle. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 of just extending your leg and pointing your toes forward. So it's almost like your toes are pointing towards the camera or pointing towards the screen, okay? So I'm going to do 10 of these. Again, if you are doing this and it's too hard to extend your leg fully, lower your leg. Again, remember, just like the front kick, if my knee's up here, it's going to be difficult to do. I have to start low and build that strength going up higher. So if I'm doing a round kick, if I'm up here, maybe that's difficult for me. That means you need to close your legs a little bit like this and start low, like that. Okay? And I'm pointing my toes and I'm fully extending my leg. See, there's no bend in my leg. My leg has a little bit of weird curvatures, but I am fully extending my leg like that. So I'm bending at the knee, I'm extending. I'm bending at the knee, and I'm extending. All right? I'm not just flipping my leg out like this. I'm controlling it out, controlling it in. Okay? So for the sakes of this purpose, first one I'm going to do it facing you. And then when I switch sides, I'm going to do it from this angle so you can see me from a different angle, okay? So, I'm going to put my knee up like a shield. I'm going to grab my chair. Now let's control our extension. Ready? And 1, hold it, and back. Good. 2, hold it, and back. 3, good. And 4, and back. 5, and back. 6, and back. 7, and back. 8, and back. 9, and back. And 10, and back. One more thing I'm going to add. Look at my bottom foot. My foot isn't facing this way. It's already in that pivoted motion because when I do that round kick, this foot pivots. This one pivots in that way, okay? So it pivots like that. So I'm already in that pivoted position to make it easier on my hip because that's where the position that my foot would be when I'm fully extending my foot. So make sure your foot is extended a little bit more or turn towards the back, all right? If it's facing towards the front, it's really hard to turn my hip over like this. See, Instructor Alex isn't having trouble. I can't even turn over like that. I have to pivot this foot. Okay? So let's try the other side. I'm going to do it from a different angle. I'm going to do it from this angle. Okay? So again, with the pivot foot, watch my foot. I turn it, and then I turn my hip sideways. All right? I'm going to kick Bob for you guys. Ready? Let's do 10 together. Other side. Ready? And 1, extend, and bend. Again, I'm using the chair to support me. 2, extend, and bend. Good. 3, extend, bend. Good. 4, extend, bend. 5, extend, bend. 6, extend, bend. 7, extend, bend. 8. Good job, everybody. 9. Good. And 10. Nice job, everybody. Shake out your hips. That one's a difficult one to do. The reason why I didn't do that first last week is because I wanted to make sure we got used to having our hip up here and sideways, okay? That's a very weird position to be in. But again, you're going to have trouble with it if your foot is not pivoted fully, okay? If you keep it forward, it's going to be hard to do that. See? Watch me. I'm doing it, and I'm almost losing my balance. But if this foot pivots more, and I'm almost turning it behind me, I can do this extension and focus on that extension a lot better, okay? So we have a little bit more time. We're going to do 10 more each side, and then we're going to end on meditation, okay? So let's go back to the other side that we were doing. All right? So I'm going to do my right foot again. This time, since this side, I did it facing you, I'm going to do it facing this way, and I'm going to do the other way with my left foot this time, okay? So again, I'm using this chair as support. That is okay. Let's do 10 more. Ready? 1, extend, bend. Good. See if you can keep your eyes on your target. Where are you kicking? Can you look that way too? Ready? 3. Good. And 4. Good. 5. Good. Control it. Control it. 6. Good. Full extension. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Hold it. Hold it out there, extended straight. And bend. Good job, everybody. Let's try the other side now. Other side. Again, like I said, I'm doing it facing you now, okay? All right. Good job, black belt focus, everybody. Ready, and 1, extend and bend. 2, extend, bend. 3, extend, bend. 4, bend. 5, good. 6, good. 7, good. 8, 9, and 10. Nice job, everybody. Well done. All right. Last thing before we do meditation, I want everyone to sit down. Oh, sitting down after all that feels really good. So I wanted to let's do our left leg out, all right? Let's work on our left leg and let's work on stretching and doing this nice hurdle stretch, okay? So my leg is out, my leg is straight, my toes are up towards the sky. I'm leaning forward, bending at the waist. I'm not hunching like this. I'm trying to keep my body upright, and then I'm bending and leaning forward, grabbing my toe and pulling me a little closer while still bending at the waist. Okay? Good. Again, pull your toes back. Don't point them forward. Good. Let me scoop back so everybody can see. Good. Just like that. Good. Nice job, everybody. Again, stretching when you're warm is always a good thing. We don't really have time to stretch all the time during classes because we want to make it as engaging as possible. So make sure, if you want a little bit of help with your technique, after you do a class with us, give yourself 5 minutes just to stretch. And try to stretch farther than you normally would so that you can feel a little bit more and get a little bit more flexible each time you come in. All right, switch feet, other side. Good. Again, my back is straight, my leg is straight, my toes are pointing and pulled back like I'm doing that push kick. Again, I'm not pointing my toes, I'm pulling them back like I do a push kick. And then I'm bending at the waist, pulling my body forward. Good job, everybody. Keep going. All right, and butterfly. Feet together, try to pull them in as much as you can while keeping your back straight. Then while you're in that position, try to push the outside of your knees down like your legs are little wings. All right, if you want to bob them, you can bob them up and down like this, like that. Feel that push. Good job. All right. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to turn it over to Instructor Owen for meditation. So everyone, if you want to still sit down, you're going to have to sit down for meditation. So Chidip and Kunye, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, everyone grab a seat. Cross your legs, stretch your back up nice and tall. You guys know what to do at this point, so let's just spend a minute or two together meditating, focusing on our breath or a mantra or any other exercise you want. Nice work. Let's go ahead and stand up and bow out. Face front.